For many of us living in big cities and capitals, the big concern is making sure we drink that prescribed 8 glasses of water a day. But for many of our countrymen, even one is a luxury. NDTV's Purva Chitnis travelled to the Beed district in Maharashtra and lived the experience of how locals get their daily life-sustaining water. As Maharashtra faces its worst drought in 47 years, NDTV travels to the drought-hit areas to bring you the struggles faced by people living there.
It is early in the morning and I am in Mojwadi village, which is in Beed district. Now this is a village which has a population of just 1500, nearly 200 houses. And so let's just go across to these families and understand how they spend their day, because this village, which is in Beed district, is currently facing drought. Sangeeta Dhingne has 3 members in her family and she gets up every morning around 6. Using the remaining water from previous day, which is about 1 pot, she cooks food for lunch and dinner in the morning itself because there is scarcity of water. After that, it's time to fetch water for the day from the well. Sangeeta fetches water from one of the wells in her village for drinking purpose. So Sangeeta has 2 pots as well, and she is also preparing to go to a nearby well, which we will accompany her, and let's find out how she fetches the water, where is this well exactly, how far is it. Her son took 2 pots to fill water from another well, and Sangeeta is accompanied by her neighbor's kids. They say that they go regularly. कमी कशामुळे वाटतंय? जरा 2-3 दिवसापासून पाऊस पडलाय. So the temperature has a little cooled down because in the last couple of days there have been some pre-monsoon showers in this part. So she's saying that the temperature has dropped down a bit. This well is about 60 feet deep, and if you can just look there, down there, water has plummeted. It has gone down drastically. It is almost reaching its bottom. Sangeeta ताई, खाली नहीं जाता है? The boys help fetch water, but even I tried my hand at it. So I'm trying to pull it as well. Now current is not helping me. It is a good form of exercise as well. It's very difficult. अर्ध भरलं हे परत हे घेऊन जायला खूपच कठीण असेल ना. मी बघू का उचलून का नको बघू. Okay, she's letting me just feel. She's letting me carry the spot. It cannot carry it on there. So it was very heavy. It's like putting some 30 odd kgs on my head, and I barely took some 15 steps maybe, and I could actually feel everything on my shoulders, the pressure, the strain on my shoulders, on my head, when it's like, you know, when you've put some 30 odd kgs on your head, and your hands, your arms, shoulder, neck, you can feel the pressure everywhere. It's that heavy, and the villagers, for 1 pot, they have to walk like a kilometer or so. So you can imagine what it must be. The scarcity of water is actually, it's like desperate measures. They have to walk 1.5 kilometers to the nearby wells and then take this pot full of water, some 30 kgs of this pot, back to their village, back to their houses. खूप थकलात?
खूप थकावा आला.
खूप थकवा आला. पाणी प्यायचंय?
प्यायचंय ना पाणी, तहान लागली. चल चल.
She is also thirsty. मग असंच पिणार? पावडर वगैरे काही टाकणार?
नाही पावडर नाही काही नाही.
हे असंच विहिरीचं डायरेक्ट?
हो.
Okay, so she is saying that they are not going to boil this water. They are not going to purify, filter this water, but they're going to just drink this water as is. पण उकळून का नाही पित तुम्ही?
दौड खायची आणि उकळून पाणी प्यायला.
Now they have 3 pots of water for drinking, while 1.5 drums filled with water from tanker. Tanker water is used for washing clothes, utensils, and even for bathing, which sums up her day and usage of water and also her journey. Now she will consume water as and when required, but cautiously. It looks like there's enough water for drinking because she has now 3 pots. She fetched 3 pots of water today, and it's enough for them for the day. As she's already done her, she's already cooked her meals. So whatever water which was remaining from yesterday, she used it. She cooked her meal, and now the water which is there in these jars will be used for drinking purposes as and when required.
All right, so there you saw a report of Purva Chitnis replicating what a local in Bid has to do to get water. Now imagine doing this every day, not for a story, but because you have no choice, because it's a matter of life and death, because your loved ones depend on you for this. And this is not a problem that's unique to Maharashtra. Over 43% of India is now facing a drought. The situation particularly grim, as you saw there in Maharashtra and Karnataka. Now we have a deficient monsoon that is over the years has led to the overusage of existing resources. It's led to about 91 major reservoirs across India left with a mere 21% of the total storage capacity. We're saying it's the worst drought in 47 years. But how did we get here? We have a water crisis on our hands. The alarm bells are ringing, but it seems to be business as usual. So how did we get here? That's what we're asking tonight. We have Manohar Kushalani, former director of the National Water Academy, also Yogesh Pandey, social activist, and the Swabhimani Kisan Sanghatan spokesperson. And we have Sudhir Mangantwar. He's with the BJP cabinet minister there in Maharashtra, joining us on the phone. I want to start first with Mr. Kushalani. What happens now? Now the monsoons are also delayed, so the relief from the heavens are not coming. We're saying this is the summer period, wait for the monsoons, but what about an all-year policy? What about the rest of the year? What about water conservation, sustainable development? Where is our national water policy? Where is the implementation, sir, of this national water policy?
Yeah, you see, the Ministry of Water Resources in 2012 made a national water policy, which was really very good, which looks very good on paper. But the problem comes with implementation, and there are so many issues and so many reasons why things don't get implemented. I will give an example, especially since we are talking about Maharashtra. Gadgil committee had given a report of the Western Ghats, which extended all the way, that report went all the way down from Gujarat through Maharashtra, Goa, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. So all these 6 states, that particular report comprised all of them. And what Gadgil committee had suggested was that there are certain economically and environmentally weak areas, and those areas have to be protected from any kind of environmental degradation. So according to the Gadgil committee report, it was about 67% of the area which had to be protected from all kinds of things, from mining, from mining, there were also, just a minute, it was, the issues were from also mining, and there are also no dams in especially EWS 1 area, which was no dams were required for that. So there became a great deal of uproar all over the country, especially these 6 states, which said that this report is not practical and all that. And so Kasturi Rangan report, he was formerly the head of ISRO, and they formed a committee and they reduced the report, the amount of area which was declared economically sensitive area, from 64% to 37%. Strangely enough, there was a hue and cry over that also. And in Kerala, we saw these huge and tremendous floods that happened.
Correct, and they're all connected.
They are all connected.
We have Mr. Sudhir Mangantiwar, sir, we've just seen an election in India. Abhi humne election dekhi hai, jahan pe main plank thi national security. Sir, what about water security? Kya plan hai sarkar ki?
देखो, राज्य सरकार ने कई प्लान किए हैं और राज्य सरकार का जलयुक्त शिवार है, जहां पे कई 25 वर्षों से बार बार 2 वर्ष में 3 वर्ष में सूखे की परिस्थिति निर्माण होती है। ये 25 वर्ष से चलते आ रहा है। वहां पे मराठवाड़ा में वाटर ग्रिड करने का निर्णय किया गया है। मराठवाड़े में बरसात की कमी, उसका और एक कारण है कि वहां पूरे मराठवाड़े में फॉरेस्ट एरिया कम है, ट्री कवर कम है। तो इस समय हमने ग्रीन इको बटालियन जो डिफेंस मिनिस्ट्री की होती है, उनकी मदद लेके वहां पे बड़े मात्रा में वन लगाने का काम शुरू किया। वन है तो जल है, जल है तो जीवन का कल है। और इसीलिए कुछ दीर्घकालीन उपाय योजना करने के लिए महाराष्ट्र ये देश का ऐसा पहला राज्य है जहां पे जल साक्षरता के हिसाब से श्री राजेंद्र सिंह जी के साथ हमने 4 केंद्र ओपन किए हैं, जहां से महाराष्ट्र की जनता को हम हर पानी के जल के बूंद का महत्व जो है वो तो समझाएंगे।
Sir, this is all fine maybe on paper, but reality तो आप देख रहे हो। हमने अभी स्टोरी प्ले की है, हमने फाइल किया है ये स्टोरी, but the point is many questions have been raised about ये जो जल युक्ता शिविर प्रोग्राम जो सरकार ने लॉन्च की है, 8,000 crore rupees का काम की है, स्कीम implemented in 16,000 villages, numbers तो बहुत है, but still you're seeing Maharashtra grappling with a drought. 28,000 villages in 151 talukas are facing a drought. So what went wrong then? That's the question, Mr. Sudhir. But Mr. Yogesh Pandey wants to come in. You are vociferously not in agreement with what Mr. Sudhir is saying. Go ahead, Yogesh.
Yeah, it's a big paradox. Honorable Minister is claiming that we have done a lot of things in Marathwada, and the irony is that the situation is such a tough and such a worse situation. Saira, if I can recall you, in Marathwada we had a record sugar cane. So yes. How come this happened? In this season we produced a record
sugar cane.
Sugar
is water intensive. It eats up a lot of water.
So this is a purely policy failure. There is an agency called the GSDA, Groundwater Sustainable Development. It's a government agency, and their report claims that groundwater has depleted by 3 meters. 3 meters is a big amount, and in the last 1.5 years, people are going 700-800 feet below to fetch the water. 700 से 800 फुट नीचे जा रहा है, नीचे से पानी लिया जा रहा है, और हमें पता नहीं, there is no policy, there is no control on the lifting and pulling of the water from ground. कोई शासन का धोरण नहीं है, जिसे चाहिए वो जमीन से पानी ले रहा है। राज्य में ऐसी स्थिति है, किसी का किसी पे पानी के बारे में नियंत्रण नहीं है, और ये बहुत गंभीर समस्या है। I want to just add on one very important aspect. In last 5 years, 4 years has been drought in Marathwada and some parts of Vidarbha Western Ghats. What we have done? Why this is happening? Have we learned from that something? Nothing, absolutely, just everything lip services or on paper, goody talks, but in reality, year after year, we are facing same situation, and when we are going to wake up from this? There is no policy, there is absolutely nothing. So,
Sudhir Mangaltiwar, let Sudhir ji respond. Sir, आप please response कीजिएगा. Also, the only industry that seems to be flourishing in the middle of all this is the tanker business. हमने उसके ऊपर भी story की थी. बीड और महाराष्ट्र में tanker business तो बहुत मतलब उनका बहुत विकास हो रही है, and a lot of them on the ground that we saw over there are also BJP workers who have the contract for these tankers.
देखो, ऐसा है कि टैंकर बिजनेस या टैंकर बरसात एवरेज रेनफॉल से कितनी आई है, ये जिसको समझेगा वो तो यही कहेगा कि अगर बरसात कल जाके 50% कहीं आई है तो वहां तो पानी की किल्लत होगी, इसके लिए टैंकर का क्या संबंध है?
सर, मॉनसून तो साल में एक बार आती है ना, व्हाट अबाउट द रेस्ट ऑफ द ईयर?
होगा जहां पे बरसात कम आई है वहां पे जलयुक्त शिवार, ये हमारे बांध के भी है। अगर 2 साल बरसात नहीं आई तो बरसात नहीं आने के बाद वहां स्टोरेज कैसा हो पाएगा? अभी जो प्रश्न है वो इसका है कि वहां पे रेनफॉल कम हो रहा है।
गन्ना कैसा लगा सर? गन्ना कैसा लगा?
रेनफॉल होता है, 3 वर्ष पानी आता ही नहीं, बरसात बरसती नहीं। अब हमने अगर जलयुक्त शिवार के लिए कुछ भी बनाया तो भी अगर 1 वर्ष पानी नहीं आया तो पानी स्टोरेज रहेगा, दूसरे वर्ष नहीं आएगा तो पानी का स्टोरेज समाप्त हो जाएगा। अब इसीलिए वहां पे वाटर ग्रिड करने का निर्णय किया गया है, जिसके माध्यम से कल अगर मराठवाड़े जैसे विभाग में जहां 25 वर्षों से सूखा कोई 2 साल में 3 साल में नहीं है, मगर 25 वर्ष हमने स्थायी रूप से इस समस्या का समाधान करने की कोशिश नहीं की। ये 5 वर्ष में, जैसा मैंने कहा, अगर मैं कहता हूं तो मैं 25 बातें बता सकता हूं कि ये सरकार ने इनिशिएटिव लेके ये काम शुरू किया है।
Sir, first term में maybe that excuse would have even flown past, but this is the second term. This government has been re-elected. तो सर ये एक्सक्यूज तो अब छोड़ दो कि पिछले 7 साल में कुछ नहीं हुआ।
अच्छा काम करेंगे। न्यू इंडिया की जो कंसेप्ट है उसमें महाराष्ट्र का भी तो कंट्रीब्यूशन बहुत बड़ा होने वाला है।
Acha, Mr. Manohar Khushalani, you want to come in, so go ahead.
Yeah, what I want to say is that there are certain fundamental changes that have to be made.
Yes.
In the way the projects and everything have to be implemented. I am again reiterating that the water policy is very good, but how do you implement it? You know, first of all, you have got these interstate disputes. All the states are fighting with each other. The problem is water is a state subject. And now my request to the new government is that make it into a central subject, primarily because we are all Indians and everybody has got an equal right, and politicians will usually say, okay, I want to get water for my state, and somebody else will say, I want to get water from my state. So how do you manage it? You don't manage rivers through states, because state boundaries do not recognize the boundaries of the rivers. You manage it as a basin. You consider basin as a different region. Now this is something very pragmatic, something very new, and a way things can be handled, and they should be handled. In some parts of the world they are already being handled. So the entire basin is a state. Now whatever water has to be decided, however the distribution has to be done, it should be done by technocrats, by engineers, by agriculturists, and by environmentalists. They should take decisions on how the water is to be distributed. It should not be politically decided, and the tribunal should be based on each this thing.
Mr. Pandey, I know you're disagreeing, but we have to end it there. But this is a big story for us. We think this is a story that is going to be in the headlines, not just this year, every year going forward, and the alarm bells are ringing. It is time that we all woke up, because this is a story that affects each and every one of us. At some point or the other, this crisis will hit all of our doors. It's about time we all looked at it. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm glad we could make this our top discussion tonight.